Hi everybody, it's Annie. So last night I sat and I brainstormed and wrote out a bunch of ideas for videos, and so today I was planning on doing law of attraction, and lo and behold I got an inspiration for something else. So what we're going to work on is your prosperity, and I'm going to teach you first. Let me teach you a method of finding the truth about something. You can use this for anything. So one of the most recent things that I used it for, I was in the grocery store and I wanted to buy a new cat food for my cats. One of them has kidney disease and she doesn't like her kidney food. And she was eating the other cat's food and not eating any of her kidneys. So I wanted to get a food that I thought was a little more healthy that I could mix with her kidney food so she'd stop eating the other food without having any kidney food in it. And so I went to the grocery store and I couldn't decide. There was so many choices on what. And so I picked a couple different more healthy type foods. Like Rachel Ray was one. I think Blue might have been one. And what you do is you hold the item against your third chakra area, the solar plexus area. You hold the item against you, and then you ask a question. And you want to have your feet about shoulder length apart. You want to be well hydrated. Make sure you're well hydrated when you do this. And hold the item here and ask your question. So like for the cat food, I asked, so how I did it was I got down to like 2 of them, and I said, which one of these, show me yes on which one of these would be healthier for Xena. And so I held the one, and what you do is you get shoulder length apart with your feet, bend your knees just a little bit, relax your body so that you're kind of wavering maybe just a little bit. Get yourself centered, and like I said, you have to be hydrated, and you put the item there. Okay, so what I'm going to ask now to show you is, does my body like sugar? And you see how my body pushes back? My body doesn't like sugar. So, okay. Does my body like gluten? And it pushes you back. So back is no, forward is yes. So whatever you do, and you put it there, like you can compare different types of apples, for instance. I've done that before. So what we're going to work on though is we're going to get an answer to belief systems. So everybody usually has a ceiling of some kind of where they're comfortable with prosperity. So I'll move this just a little bit so I can see better. There we go. So let's say I'm going to start fairly low. Let's say 20,000 per year is a ceiling. So this would be, and you can use whatever you want, but what you would do is ask, so get up to speed on what my prosperity ceiling is. If I make more than 20,000 a year, let's see, how do I want to ask this? No, I want to ask, is my glass ceiling for prosperity 20,000 per year? No. Okay. Is my glass ceiling for prosperity, bringing money in, 100,000 a year? Yes. Okay. So I know that if I make 100,000 a year, that my system, for whatever belief systems I have, is geared to say, oh my gosh, I have too much money, I got to get rid of it. And I can tell you this has been a theme in my life. So what you want to do, like if you start high and you get yes for 100,000, go down to 80,000 and then go down to 60,000 and see, you know, if you make over that, if you make over 300,000 a year, maybe do your glass ceiling is at 500,000 a year. And you want to be specific. It's you. It's, if you're married, you don't want it to be you and your partner. You want it to be you, okay? So then once you figure out where your ceiling is, then you can figure out your belief system. So let's just say that mine is 50,000 a year. Let's just guess that. That if I made 50,000 a year or greater, then I would go into subconsciously, my belief systems would be triggered and I need to get rid of my money. So think about the things that you have heard when you're growing up, like money doesn't grow on trees, you have to work hard for your money. Just think about what could possibly be a belief system for you, okay? One belief system that a lot of people have is true or yes or no. I don't think that I'm good enough to make more than 50,000 a year. Is that a belief system for me? Or you could say it, my belief system is I'm not good enough to make $50,000 a year or more. Okay, no, that's not one of my belief systems. Okay, you get the idea? What else could we ask? I don't deserve, I believe I don't deserve to make more than $50,000 a year. No. Okay. So give it some time for your body to sway one, and you'll feel it. If you do this, you will feel the difference, whether you're being pulled forward or backwards. So just play with it. Think about what possible belief systems you might have. These belief systems are unconscious, so you're not real aware that you have these belief systems, but they're underlying. So even if you do affirmations saying, I deserve to make $100,000 a year, but you have an underlying belief system that tells you you don't deserve it, guess what's going to win out? What's going to win out is the belief system telling you that you don't deserve it. And when you do the affirmations, there's going to be conflict within you in your energy field. So this is why it's really important to dig and find your belief systems and I would do this every day. I would take a couple minutes every day, maybe it's in the evening, maybe it's in the morning, whatever works for you, to just start thinking. And if you sit and you write about what your beliefs are about money, whatever you write, look at what you wrote, and you may see that there's a belief system that you wrote that's just stands right out for you. Okay. Some other belief systems are things like if you have money, like there's a belief system, something around rich people are not nice people or something like that. Healers, people who are spiritual, tend to have belief systems that in order to be spiritual or be a healer, I shouldn't be taking money or get money for it in return. Something along those lines. What other belief systems? I think you probably get the idea. but just work with it. And you know your family of upbringing, so you know what things that you heard as a child that your parents might have said that somehow triggered some kind of belief system within you that turned into something that makes you repel money. Okay, so know that everybody has a ceiling, a glass ceiling for prosperity, and you just have to find yours, and you have to clear the belief systems. So let's just say mine was 50,000, and I worked at doing the belief systems, and all of a sudden it changed, and my glass ceiling went to 75,000. Then you find the belief systems that are still blocking you from going higher. So they're layered. You can always go deeper. All right, that's what I have for you today. Sending you lots and lots of love and many blessings.